a desire to preserve the family. That's how Russian legislators are explaining their proposed law. Conservatives believe parents should be able to physically punish their children.
It can sound scary when we speak about hitting, but we're talking about violence which doesn't have consequences for health, and even violence without violence. In the Russian family tradition, parent-child relations must be built on the power and authority of parents, which can't be substituted by any other authority.
In effect, domestic violence, said to be without serious consequences, will be depenalised. Yet Russia's legal system already offers little support to the victims. 2 years ago, Natalia's partner beat her up so badly she grabbed hold of a knife to defend herself. Lightly wounded, her partner phoned the ambulance and the police. He was taken to hospital. Natalia, covered in bruises, was taken into police custody.
I tried to speak to the paramedics. I told them, "He hit me all over, I've got a headache, I don't feel well, and I can hardly stand up." They just said, "Look at what you've done."
Natalia was later diagnosed with traumatic brain injury and concussion. She's now under investigation for premeditated aggression and faces 10 years in prison. Her aggressor has never been convicted.
I asked the investigator if he thought it was possible to kill someone by punching them. He said of course it is, but for us the right of self-defense works only if a pistol is put against your head.
Those who defend the victims say this isn't an isolated case. In a Moscow suburb, Alyona set up a refuge. On the second floor of this house in the countryside, 5 rooms are set aside for women and their children. Some of the victims are waiting to receive legal and medical help. They too are confronted by the slow response from authorities.
Not long ago, a woman was killed even after phoning the police 6 times, and that's not out of the ordinary. Today, a woman has to look out for her own safety. She's alone against everyone, against her family who stop her making her problems public, against the police who tell her she has nowhere to turn against her aggressor, and against her friends as well who make her understand that her husband beats her up because she's a bad partner and a bad mother.
To protest against the trivialisation of violence, Anastasia goes out into the streets wearing makeup. It's an isolated protest that goes almost unnoticed.
In our society, violence towards a woman, like violence in general, is the norm. We live in an ultra-militarized society where it's more shameful to be beaten up than to beat someone up.
For those defending women's rights, the new law on domestic violence will only serve to make the critical situation even worse. In Russia, more than 70,000 people are reported as victims of domestic violence each year. The real number is higher, as more than 70% of victims suffer in silence.